that. Perfect. All right, we got that. Got we got share. I think only one thing left to do here. I have to turn on my camera. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Let me say hello to everybody. We got all the usual suspects here. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We got David, Omar, Zen Master, Sandra, Dave, Vernon, Manuel, Dr. Serena's in the house, Timothy, Cam, good to see you guys, Tom, Michael, Charlie, Jill. Jill, I wouldn't be able to put it in better words. I couldn't agree with you more. I was just about to say the same thing. Thank God this thing is almost over. Dave, Eagle Beagle, Patrick, Dennis, let me say hello. We got a lot of people here. Ben, JB, Ricky, Carrie, Rice, Brian, good morning. Gustavo, good morning. Glenn, good morning. Sassy Trainer, Robert, Roddy. We got Todd. Ali's in the house. Henry, Sarah, CJ, Delbert, Brian, Sweet Chin Lu is in the house from, wow, all the way from Singapore, which I hear is absolutely gorgeous. Laura, Richard, Sunset Drive. Can't hear. Is it me? Can you guys hear me okay? Can you guys hear me okay? Just want to make sure everybody could hear me okay. Let me know. Let me know. I think my volume is on just fine. Can you guys hear me okay? Good morning, everybody. Let me know if I'm coming through. Okay, good, good. Yeah, it's Jill, I think it's on your end. I think it's on your end. Pat, good morning. Jody, Kirk, Dave, Duzzy, Darren, Peggy, Steve. Just got my votes cast. Good. Yeah, it's over. Good morning, Richard. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Dave, how's everything going in Punta Gorda, Richard? Everything good over there? We got Tori. We got Ralph. Good morning, Ralph. Good to see you. Flying Ronan is in the house. Peter's in the house. Heather's in the house. Wow, we got a lot of people here today. Uh, whew. Well, I'm losing track here. We got Dave, Tori, Ralph, Flying Ronan, Peter, Heather, Sweet, Chin Lu, Steve, Pat, Flying Ronan, Heather, Robert, Gaston, Laura, Dave, Tom, Patrick, uh, Henry, good. Kevin, Manuel, Kirk, Cam, good. A lot of people here. Good morning. Excellent. John, Dr. Serena, and folks, if I'm missing somebody's name like a key Hawk fan, or Raj, or Rice, or Rochelle, good morning, Rochelle, William, Charlie, Kim, Eagle Beagle, I apologize. Brian's in the house. Brian, I will send you something this morning. As soon as we get an opening, I will send you something this morning. Brian, good morning. Mm-mm. Well, actually, Brian, it could be boring today in the market. It could be boring today. All right, I've got a lot to talk to you guys about. Please, number one, please, number one, please hit the bell. There's a bell here on YouTube. I don't even know where the bell is, but if you hit the bell, from what I understand, somebody sent me an email and they said if you hit the like button and the subscribe button and the bell, I get more Google likes. Google and YouTube like our videos more. So if you guys don't mind, please hit the bell and ring the bell, like our videos, and do all that stuff that people like our video. Yeah, put the thumbs up button, the like button, the smash the like button, The thumbs up button. The thumbs up button. If you guys could do that, I would appreciate it. I guess it's something I got to start saying every morning. Nathan, Rick, Susan, Jeff, Elizabeth, Dr. Serena. Rich is in the house. Good morning. Glad you guys got the shirt. Rich, can I post your picture of you wearing the shirt on the Telegram channel so people could see what you look like? I'm not going to do it unless it's okay with you. All right, cool. Very cool. All right, let's talk about today's analysis. As we all know, today's election day. I'm not expecting a crazy market today at all. I'm expecting a lot, just very similar to what we saw yesterday. And we'll get into all of that. As far as Fed data is concerned, we've got international trades and goods and services, and we have ISM manufacturing index. Thanks, Rich. ISM, that's the two reports coming out today. Do I believe they're going to have a major impact on the market? Absolutely not. Matter of fact, I don't think they're going to have any impact on the market. And tomorrow, which is really interesting after the election, well, I don't, based on everything we know, the odds are they're not going to call the election till tomorrow morning, okay? Unless the results are just like really blatant. And then we have FOMC meeting. And again, I'm not really talking about the election. I'm only, good morning, Susan, Michael, Devin. Don't think I did. I don't think I posted the one at the beach. Maybe I did, but I don't think I did. I don't remember. 30-day election time frame. Yes, Eagle, I agree with you. I agree. 1 to 2 is good. My point is, if we don't have a final count, and if we have a tight election like they say we will, and again, don't get political with me, but if they have a tight election, and then we have FOMC meeting starting tomorrow, this quietness that we're seeing today may potentially spill into tomorrow. Okay. I do know for sure that FOMC we're going to have volume on Thursday, but don't think that today may be the last day of low liquidity. If we don't have a clear winner, which, as we all know from our last election, could happen. Okay, yeah, the bell. Yes, please hit the bell. And again, folks, I'm not trying to get. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about market volatility. What I'm trying to do is figure out when the volume and the lights start coming up, when the lights get turned on again, so the volume in the market can move up. So you may think I'm talking about the election, but I'm really just talking about the timing for the volatility to start. And I want to make sure we're all clear on that. Okay. Yes, does he? Let's all get out and vote. Yeah, TJW audio is working. TJW audio is working. All right. Yes, let's all go out and vote, and let's not be hateful. Okay, let's not be hateful. Please, let's respect America, and let's respect the process. Okay, that's the least we could do. Okay. Let's do that. Yeah, I'm expecting low volume today. Again, Rebecca, I'll talk about that. There's just not a lot of waves. And when there's not a lot of waves, it's very, very hard to surf. Okay. Matter of fact, I wanted to day trade yesterday. The only stock that I liked a lot that I thought would have some momentum was NVIDIA. And I've been staying away from semiconductor stocks. Yesterday was the first time I traded NVIDIA since I told you about that 280 level on SMH, by the way. And I did tell you there were a couple of stocks that were okay. Good morning, Dylan. Look at that, Dr. Serena. We got a lot of folks here. Love it. We're going to have a lot more after the election because that's when things really start coming up again. All right. You're welcome, Andrew. You're welcome. So I don't think this news is going to be market changing or market shifting, but please do not initiate any new positions till at least 10 a.m. The lower liquidity and the lower volatility you have in the market, the harder it is to figure out what the market is going to do that day. When markets have low volatility and low liquidity, sometimes the best thing to do is give the market extra time to show its hand. Don't think you have to trade. Don't feel like you have a candle under your ass or a lighter under your ass and you have to trade. Don't do that. You might have noticed, you might have picked up on me. You might have picked up on me. I'm very, very 265. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You might notice I'm really, really patient. I'm very, very selective. I don't just trade for the sake of trading. I don't feel like I need to be in the market. The only time I feel I really need to be in the market is maybe 5 times a year. The market is there for you. You're not there for the market. It's like when you go to the store. The stores, you're not there for the store. The store's there for you. You decide when you go shopping. You decide when you press the mouse button. Don't let the market rope you in, okay? Especially when you have low volatility. As far as earnings, we're going to see some follow through from Palantir, Win, AIG, and O Realty. I didn't really see anything on my highlighter except for PLTR. So I'm going to make the assumption that these stocks didn't have any major earnings, but we could go over these when we go over earnings. Today we have DVN. That's going to impact the energy market, okay? Yes, exactly, Gaston. Only take profits the first half hour. Oh, I almost forgot. Um, Let me go here real quick. Let me go visit Mr. Angus Young here. Customer Service Live, Cam and Gustavo show from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Uh, every single day, Monday through Friday. I get at least 20% of my emails, folks. 20% of my emails, my answer is go to Customer Service Live. I'm not joking. 20% of my emails. Then, aside from that, one second here. One second here. Aside from that, I will be live today. Folks, regardless who wins the election, I'm going to be talking about Quick Strike today. It's a special election class. It'll happen at 1 p.m. And I'm really waiting for this election to be over so I can go crazy with my Quick Strike. And I'm going to start doing that after today. So it's a really good time to start joining. And I also will have my VIP room at noon. Do not miss out. The Quick Strike program is very, very cool. And we're finally going to start getting some volatility. Can get my VIP trading pit working. One of them only scheduled this morning. Been offline for a few days for some reason. Yeah, Thomas, just go up there. Cam is here also. He may be able to help you. I'll dress up as Angus Young next Halloween. No more Walter. Yeah, you make a very good Angus Young. Cam, you make a very good Angus Young. Okay. Trust me, you make a really good Angus Young. Just get an SG guitar and boy, oh boy, you got the shorts. You got it going. So tomorrow we have a lot of earnings, including SMCI. Folks, Dell, this is the biggest competitor to Dell, and ARM. These are chip stocks, and Qualcomm. So you got some chip exposure tomorrow, okay? After the election, obviously, to add more fuel to the fire. But we are still in earnings season, and a lot of chip stocks are going to be reporting over the next couple of days. So please, please, please be patient. Follow instructions and listen to the levels, okay? All right. China. Well, China is at a 3-week high. Yes, it's at a 3-week high, but if you look at where it is right now, in comparison to all of this, you could probably see we're still below the VWAP, the quarter day VWAP. We're above the 8-day MA. We're pinched right now between the 8-day and the quarter day VWAP. I would still say this is not really anything meaningful. I don't trust China. And I think if they had something cooking, we would see this type of volatility instead of this type of volatility. I don't really recommend trading this asset, but I do recommend for folks who like China to have some of this in your long-term portfolio for folks who like China, okay? Yeah, that was a great picture, wasn't it, Rebecca? Don't forget, Customer Service Live. Angus Young will help you set up the Pro Trader dashboard. That sounded funny. So China is giving the global markets a little bit of a tailwind, which is not really a bad thing. I can see through. I don't have questions. Always have something to learn. See, folks, here's what you guys got to understand. Anybody who has a problem with anything I do goes to Customer Service Live. So Cam and Gustavo, they see all the questions ahead of time. It's like a customer service agent who's seen it all, right? The odds are they can answer your question. Heck, the odds are they can answer 90% of questions I can't answer. Look, when I have to set up my TC2000 at home and Matt's not here, you know where I'm going to go? I'm going to go to the Cam and Gustavo show because I'm useless when it comes to tech. Thank God for Brian. But you guys know what I'm saying. I'm useless. So these people are a huge resource. A huge resource. Don't mess up. If there was a place online 20 years ago I can go and have someone set up my stuff for me, oh yeah, yeah, mamma mia, that would be fantastic. All right, so China's giving us a little bit of a tailwind. This is not really bad for us. This is actually good for US stocks because we have a lot of Chinese stocks trading in the US. And no, it has nothing to do with the election, okay? Good morning, Ivano. Good morning. 10-year. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Folks, this is putting blue chip stocks in a corner. This is really, really bad. And I cannot wait to hear what Powell is going to say on Thursday about the 10-year bond. This is where they made their decision to lower rates, which means they expected the trajectory to go up. Well, they got a nice fat credit crunch right now. The only thing I could tell you is don't I'm not expecting any upside. We could potentially see some upside. Uh, they could potentially see some upside. If you have a TC2000 question, found treasures, just email me or Matt. I have TC2000. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know, Rich. See, that's great. See, this is, I'm telling you guys, the pub's got some good stuff going on. So if you're interested in shorting the 10-year, you may want to wait for it to be at the VWAP. I mean, at the 8-day EMA. The 8-day EMA is at 110.17, just a little bit above the current price right now. I think we're like right here. So right here would be your entry, right there. Steep downtrend. This is not really great for consumer discretionary and consumer real estate, and everything is really mixed up right now. And by the way, here's my email address. There you go. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Dan. No, but I know TC2000. I can help you with TC2000. And Matt can help you, and Brian also knows TC2000. We got people. So I'm not seeing any signs of upside in the bond market. This is not good for the American economy, folks. This is very, very bad for American economy. Now, I got a question the other day. Roger, how come they lowered the short-term bond, but the long-term bond goes up? Because this is controlled by the market. This is not controlled by the Fed. The Fed don't have any control on the long-term bond. And when the long-term bond tells the Fed what you're doing is absolutely wrong and causing a major credit crunch, that's a big, 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 big problem. And this is another reason why you're seeing interest rate sensitive stocks like some technology stocks, chip stocks, consumer staples, real estate stocks. This is one of the biggest reasons why the market is not making new highs every other day. This is a big, big problem. Okay, gold. Gold is going to be a very interesting asset. Exactly, Rebecca. Exactly. Nice. You guys see that? Look at the feedback we're getting from customer service live. You know, here's the link, guys, from 10 to 1. Don't feel like you're in this alone. Don't feel the worst feeling when it comes to trading for me personally is, hey, I'm in this all by myself. When I was young and starting out, for me to meet people doing what I'm doing, we would all get together at Barnes and Noble. We would all be in the trading section in Barnes and Noble. That's where you would meet fellow traders back in the 90s. You would go to the trading section in Barnes and Noble. There weren't that many Borders in Los Angeles in the mid 90s. There was a lot of Barnes and Nobles. And you would go to Barnes and Nobles. Hey, anybody living in Los Angeles, you know the Barnes and Noble in Encino? The one on near Havenhurst? That one right there. And there would be a bunch of traders. And you would just end up seeing the same people there over and over and over again. And that's where you would get your trading information. And then AOL came on, and then internet. But Barnes and Noble was the place to learn about trading with people. It's kind of depressing to think about that, right? It's a very lonely business. That's why I like having people like Rich. I like people having like Ben, Matt, Brian, people like you, so we can all do this together. It's much easier when you're in it together. Okay. People ask me, like, why do you do this? Do you know how boring it is to sit all day in front of monitors and do this all day? You pull your hair out. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. That's why I always try to trade in groups of like 3, 5 guys in the same office. It makes it a lot more fun that way. And you also can key off each other's opportunities. Okay. So there's a method to this madness. So gold. Let's talk about gold. Gold is now below the 8-day EMA now for third day in a row. With China gearing up, we may get some more upside from gold. But as I said before, we are right now coming into the election. Right now, I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't do anything on gold. I would be if I had hair, I'd um, So my suggestion is if you're currently long gold, that's okay. Stay long gold, especially going into the selection with so much unforeseeability. T-Buzz is very, very bullish on gold. I am not that bullish on gold. I am neutral on gold right now. So my suggestion is if you're currently holding gold, that's okay. Hold gold, especially into this election. But I want to see within the next 2-3 days. I want to see price action go above this level here, above the 27.75 level. If it doesn't go above the 27.75 level and it keeps coming down, that's not going to be great. So my suggestion right now is if you're holding gold, it's okay to hold gold, but I wouldn't initiate any new positions at this time, and I wouldn't be liquidating anything at this time. Thank you, Dr. Serena. Yeah, for everybody, lonely for everybody. There you go, Rebecca. Most people get into it because they're a numbers person. That's usually it. So again, be careful. Be careful. Am I saying not to do anything on gold right now? Yes, just be careful, especially going into this election. One of the two candidates, and I'm not going to get into political discussions right now. It's a little too late for that. But one of the two candidates would be it would be very good for gold for one of the candidates because one of the candidates is a lot more bullish on China than the other one. And I'll leave it at that. But right now, you don't want to really do anything. Okay. Maybe Michael, maybe but the problem with that is I would have more stuff to manage and it would be more work for me. And I think me doing 3.5 hours of live talking every day, like today I'm going to do is I think that's more than enough considering I have to trade too. So 2 hours of public talking every day is perfect. Three, it gets a little much. Plus, remember, I get about 100 to 200 emails every day from you guys. Yeah. Every day from you guys. Don't forget, I have a class at 1 p.m. today. How you can win both ways, regardless of who wins the election. That's right here. And I have my VIP room at noon today. All right. And again, this doesn't require you to be right on the direction, which is really cool. And there's a link for the VIP room. All right, let's continue. Crude oil. Crude oil seems to be heading higher, but again, we have the 200-day, we have the 100-day, and we have the year-to-date VWAP above us. I'm not buying this rally at all. To me, this is just more consolidation. If I see a stock breaking down in the energy sector, I will trade that stock to the downside, but that stock would have to be breaking down. Yesterday, I gave you a few stocks that are doing that. Okay. Thank you, Cam. Yeah, I think I'm pretty generous with my time. I do think I'm pretty generous with my time. So, just to review, China's giving us a little tailwind. 10-year is not making anybody happy about anything that's going on with the market right now, and this is not helping the market. I will tell you this: I'm actually really surprised at how well the stock market is holding in light of the bond market doing this. And I think what one of the reasons why the stock market is holding up is because the Fed, even though the bond market is going up against them, we are still in a quote unquote deflationary environment. My dog cup sprung a leak, so I had to change it. But anyway, be careful. This is not good for the stock market. This is not good for anything interest rate sensitive. Okay. Um, all right. Let's put everything together and then I'll talk about volatility and I'll go deeper into the stock market. We're doing good on time today. Let's see how the market's looking. So far, we're looking fairly stable uh, on the pre-opening. All right, investors brace for close contested U.S. presidential election. By the way, I don't really believe the polls at all. I used to believe the polls quite a bit, but then after 2016, when they showed that almost every poll was just completely off, I stopped following the polls. I think the betting parlors are probably your best bets. Yeah, Jeff, I consider IWM very interest rate sensitive. Very interest rate sensitive. But you see, Jeff, IWM could be rising because of what may happen in the future, whereas the bond market, it has to reflect right now. So, for example, Jeff pointed out a very good point. So let's say that we believe right now that in the next 6 months to a year, hypothetically speaking, that interest rates are going to go down and inflation is going to go down. Well, the Russell could start pricing that into its value. Okay. But the problem is the bond market doesn't do that. The bond market, especially the futures market, it's not pricing in the future. It's pricing in right now. So you got something that's reflecting on what's happening right now versus something that's reflecting what could happen in the future. So it's a little different. Yeah, here's my email address. Roger. There you go. So let's continue. We got a lot of stuff going on. Mega cap stocks lost ground, not good for the market. Google and Meta sliding 1%, and again, their earnings forward estimates were not good. Marriott, which slid down, that's the hotel stocks which have been doing good, and those are actually fairly interest rate and gas sensitive. And with energy prices coming down a little bit, you would think these would go higher. Fox gained. This is a stock I've been talking about last couple of weeks. It's on our buy list, which is a good thing. Factory orders fell. This is a month data. I don't really focus on month to month data, especially when the number is this small. I like to look at annual data. Okay. Yeah. The most interest rate sensitive sector is small caps because they have the most, they need it, what Nathan just said. Exactly. Exactly. Investors are keenly awaiting interest rate decision. That's all coming Thursday. We still have to wait for that. We still have to overcome the election to get there. Oy vey. Even Clyde voted. Oh, yeah. Uh, we got earnings on APO, Emerson, Marathon Petroleum. This is a pretty big stock. Microchip. This is a chip stock. Yum Brands, DuPont. That's all reporting today. And I'll talk about it more in the VIP room today. We got non-manufacturing data coming out. As I mentioned, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this data because this data is not going to impact the market at all because of what's on tab. I mean, think about it. We got like the biggest thing. We got FOMC and we got the election. I don't think this is going to be very market moving, or maybe for 10 minutes. Trade balance, which most folks have not even paid attention to in years because the feeling is, hey, America can just print more money. Europe is down flat. I mean, look at this. This is important. Look at volatility. No volatility in the market. No volatility in the market. Energy stocks lost ground. Mining stocks outperformed. That makes no sense, okay? Again, flat, flat. China closed sharply higher, hit a 1 month high. We know that. We're seeing it right there. This is sharply higher for them, okay? This is sharply higher for them, okay? Uh, 1 month high, almost hit a 1 month high, almost hit a 1 month high. Investors digested upbeat economic data. Comments from the nation's premier. Software and financial stocks led the gains. Property stocks also gained ground. This is going to give U.S. a little bit of tailwind, actually. Japan closed higher as trading resumed after a long weekend. Strong corporate earnings result boosted sentiment. Election and financial stocks. Financial stocks are doing good. Investors are focused on U.S. elections. Palantir had really great earnings. We've been very bullish on the stock. We've traded it in the pit several times. Boeing is up again. We're going to have to fade the stock. Remember, every time it goes up, we fade it. NXPI had earnings. Chip stocks are down. Chip stocks are down. Warning, okay? All right, let's talk about the stock market. Yesterday, I told you, and again, folks, let's not get into the nitty gritty right now. The nitty gritty is not that important. The big picture is important. Why? Because we're dealing with a big picture event right now. Um, Everything I said yesterday holds today. This is my line in the sand right here. This 23 low 23 area, okay? Low 23 area. That's my line in the sand. Notice volatility went down. Volatility is flat today. Volatility prior to the election, flat today. Nothing is going on. Look at the market. Up 20 on the Dow, up 57, up 8. Randomness. Please don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, okay? Should have wore my banana in the tailpipe shirt today now that I think about it. So if you see volatility cooling off and going down to this level, that'll be a very, very good sign. Down to this level, that'll be a good sign. That level is 20. We want to see volatility move away from the 21s, 22s, and below 20. What would be really great is if we started going below 20s into this level down here. If we start breaking up and going higher, that is not going to be good for the stock market. What about momentum? Well, you got 49%. Short-term momentum is weak, but long-term momentum is good, which means this can be just considered a pullback, a mild pullback, and not a. If this was at 49%, then I would say we have a fundamental weakness in the technical price action. But because it's only the 50-day, this can be interpreted as a pullback, especially because this is strong. Now, what I just said right now, I'm going to repeat because it's really important and I don't want you to miss this. What we're looking at is the S&P 500. We're looking at the number of stocks trading above the 50-day moving average and the 200-day. The 200-day is a barometer of bull or bear. This is a barometer of the 50-day is a barometer of short-term strength and weakness. If you see the 50-day down and the 200-day stable, that could be interpreted as a pullback. If you see both the 50 and the 200-day, that could be something serious. At this time, the 200-day is fairly stable. It's at 69%. So we have some stability here. Yeah, Laura, that's what my wife's cousin says. She's a statistician in Harvard. And that's exactly what she says too. She teaches statistics in Harvard, my wife's cousin, and that's exactly what she says. And I think she's qualified. Harvard statistics, I think she's qualified. She also teaches in uh, Children's Hospital I forgot the name of the Children's Hospital it'll come to me. It'll come to me. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, but you're right, Laura. You're absolutely right. So what about the Russell 2000? See, you got more vulnerability here, only 55%, 48 and 55. There's a lot of vulnerability in the Russell 2000. The Russell 2000 really has to rally to show its hand. Otherwise, interest rates, interest rates, interest rates. That's why only 55% are above the 200-day moving average. Okay? The Dow, very stable in terms of long-term trend, very bearish in terms of the short-term trend. If this 200 starts looking like this, then we have a problem. But so far, we have stability in the Dow and we have stability in the S&P 500. NASDAQ 100, we do not have stability. Both the 50-day and the 200-day in the Russell, 55, 55, 48, 52, a lot of vulnerability. Interest rate sensitivity, interest rate sensitivity. The more interest rate sensitivity, the more weakness we have here. If this drops to 49%, now I'm going to repeat something. If this drops to 49% like this, we're in a bear market on the Russell 2000. If the NASDAQ 100, if this drops to 49%, we're in a bear market on the NASDAQ 100. So far, we're not. But if this drops to 49%, we are. Now, what about the overall market? The overall market's not looking all that great. You only have 55% of stocks trading above the 200-day moving average. When you look at any stock trading over $2 that's been trading for 6 months, and only 49 trading above here, so they're not that far away. The good news is the majority of the stocks that are doing this are in fact in the Russell 2000 and the Nasdaq 100. So there's a huge vulnerability within the Nasdaq 100 and the Russell 2000. Why? Because of interest rates. And the Russell 2000's got a lot, has to do a lot more picking up. Go further. See, it's got to come all the way up here. We got to come up here. That's the all-time high. We're still over here. Let me go to weekly so you could see it. You could see it. This is where we're at. See how we're coming up? We're coming up, but we need to come up all the way up here. Thank you, Rice. Rice, this is the kind of analysis I give you guys when nobody interrupts me with stupid questions and keeps posting the names of stocks around here. I'm just going to add that. If you guys want this kind of analysis, don't interrupt me with stupidity. Interrupt me with good questions. Don't irritate me. All right, so we're going to be looking at volatility. We're going to be looking at these levels. Now, what about momentum levels? Momentum levels are stable. You only have 71 stocks making 90-day highs, and you have 60 stocks making 90-day lows. What happens with the stock market when you don't have either of these over 100? Over 100, less than 100. Consolidation. Hardly any stocks are making 90-day highs or 90-day lows, which means most stocks are trading within their 3-month range, which means there's not a lot of stuff breaking out. Here, customer service live. Let me post that again. And don't forget, I have a class at 1 o'clock where it's going to be, you're going to love this strategy. It doesn't matter which way the market's going to go. And I have not been trading this strategy a lot. I've been waiting for the election to be over. And I will have my VIP room today at noon. It doesn't require you to nail the direction of a stock. Yes, chop, chop. Roger, how come you don't have a lot of trades today? You promised me a lot of trades. I paid good money and I want a lot of trades on demand. Well, no, you don't. No, you think you do. You don't. You don't want a lot of trades here. You don't. You don't. Joey says, in a bear market, do mutual fund managers rebalance, or is it a time to take one? They rebalance every quarter, Joey. They rebalance every quarter, which is why the 90-day high and lows are very significant for me, and that's the shortest time period that I use for my breakouts. I don't use anything shorter than 90 days. I use 3-month. 4-month, 6-month, and 20 weeks, which is 6 months. Yeah, so there we go. Yes, non-trades are trades too. Like, I'll give you all the trades you want if you want to lose money, but I don't think anybody wants that. So we don't have a lot of momentum. Moreover, what about fragmentation? We must have really good fragmentation right now. Oh boy, wait till you see this. Yes, Heather, Palantir looks beautiful. Yes, yes. So no stocks are breaking out, right? Look at this, 71 and 60. So look at this. Let me show you what fragmentation looks like. Sorry, Joy. Joy, I don't know when to call you Corey, and I don't know when to call you Joy. I seem to be mixing up your name, so you're going to have to tell me how to call you all the time. Because it seems like I'm talking to two people. I don't know. Yeah, they had earnings. Karen, we talked about it. They had earnings. They beat estimates. Look. They beat earnings. They did really well on earnings right here. Right here. Sean. Okay, so it's Sean. It's not Corey, it's Sean. Or you should just use Sean as your name there. It'd be easier for me. So let's go back. Let's go back. So I'm going to show you fragmentation. If you guys, I got you. If you guys want to see fragmentation, boy, oh boy, you're in the right place. Energy near communication services. Any relationship there? No. Energy and retail. Any relationship there? No. Retail and mid caps? Yes. Interest rate sensitivity. You got a little interest rate. So you got two that match up. Consumer discretionary? Yeah, you could put that with retail. But what about consumer staples? What does consumer staples and consumer discretionary have to do with each other? Nothing. What does the Russell 2000 have to do with basic materials or consumer staples? Absolutely nothing. What does healthcare have to do with materials? And okay, that's blue chips. Industrial, that's blue chips. Home builders, that belongs right here. That's interest rate sensitive. QQQ, well, it belongs down here with the rest of them. But if QQQ is down here, why is communication services and consumer discretionary up here? That should be right next to here. And why is financial here and the Dow here? And why is semiconductor and technology here while next to utilities and real estate and financial? And why is communication and consumer? Are you guys seeing what the point I'm making? Can it get any more fragmented than this? We're all over the place. What happens when markets are fragmented? They run into each other. It's like having cars on the freeway and half the cars are moving backwards and half the cars are moving forwards. Are you going to have a nice little traffic? Think 405 freeway, okay? Do you understand? You can't think about this, okay? Think about this. Let me show you why. Look. Let me show you why. You have this sector right here, XLK, right? Technology sector, right? This technology, and there's about 300 ETFs that are the same thing as XLK. XLK is technology. Well, here's the problem. Technology is technology, XLK, right? But so is SMH. But so is communication services. But so is consumer discretionary. Think Amazon. Think Apple. Is that technology or is it consumer discretionary? Do you see the problem? One is moving up, one is moving down. And at the same time, to add insult to injury, not only do you have this fragmentation, but you have 60 stocks breaking down and 71 stocks breaking up. What is the sort criteria? I'm using 1 week, Carlos. I'm using the 1 week, 5 day relative strength. I could send this to you. Just send me a quick email, Carlos. By the way, Carlos, I've got something for you today. I got your name right next to a stock for today, Carlos. I actually wrote Carlos next to the stock. If you think I'm kidding, I'm not. And you know exactly what stock it is. And it got a short signal today, Carlos. So you understand how fragmented this is? Like, look, the Dow Jones. Okay, you got a nice little Dow Jones bubble right here, but that's about it. Like, energy is blue chips. Consumer staples is blue chips. Why is consumer staples next to consumer discretionary and Russell 2000? That's like completely opposite. So how much directional bias can you have in consumer discretionary when consumer staples are right next to it? This is what we're doing right now is looking at the market three-dimensionally. You're not just reading some stupid report and looking at some stupid indicator. You're actually looking at it like this. You're doing this. You're doing this. You're doing this. You're looking at every little part of it to give you I know you are, Carlos, and you'll never forget it. And I mean and I mean it out of love, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, Carlos. I am not picking on you, man. It's just a great example. That's all. You know that. You're smart enough to know that. So fragmentation. Roger, how come you're taking profits so fast? How come you're not letting your positions ride? Ride what? There's no waves. It's like putting a surfboard on an ocean and just leaving it there and coming back 6 hours later and it's just sitting right there. You understand? Understand, this is what professional traders do. They're not looking at some stupid Fibonacci and, oh, it's at 35%, I'm going to buy. Even if they are, they're looking at everything else. They're looking at everything and how everything relates to everything. Thank you, Carlos. And again, I'm not picking on anybody. So again, understand, we need congruity. We need everything to be congruent. Things are all over the place. Yes, of course, the election has a lot to do with it. Yes, Laura, it's all in the YouTube channel. Just go to the live tab in the YouTube channel, and it'll be there. You want everything to be congruent. It's like having a line, and you say, okay, walk. and half the people are walking backwards and half the people are walking front, and you're like, what the hell is going on here? All right. Yeah, they upgraded their guidance. You guys know what I think about stocks that upgrade their guidance. Oh, my wife wished me a nice day in light of all the election. Oh, all right. All right. All right. So let's talk technicals now. Let's talk technicals. It's going to be a very short discussion. The S&P is at the here. Let me blow it up a little bit. This is a 3-month chart of the SPY. Okay. I think they upgraded themselves. I think that's what happened. I'm not 100% sure, but I think can somebody confirm, did Palantir Cam, can you maybe tell me, did Palantir upgrade themselves or they just had good numbers? Because everybody here knows that the number one catalyst for a stock is when a stock upgrades themselves. Okay? I'm trying, HG. I'm trying. I'm trying. So, what do we need to know? Do we need to look at the 5 minutes time frame right now? Please don't. Please. Why would you look at a time frame, 5 minute time frame, when there's no volatility and there's nothing moving around? Don't do that. Don't do that. Simply look at the quarter to date VWAP, the 8-day EMA, and this price action. You see this price action? This is today, okay? We may see very similar price action to what we saw yesterday and the day before and the day before that. My biggest concern, my biggest concern in the next 48 hours, they did. Okay, cool. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's great. I did not know that. See, I learned something from you guys too. I don't think my analysis said that. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I did. Raise their full year guidance. Duh. Right there. Raise their full year. They gave themselves an upgrade. That's the most important. Folks, when a company raises their guidance, now, raising their guidance without earnings is even better. But when they just say, "Oh, by the way, we weren't supposed to make an announcement today, but we're raising our guidance." Holy moly. That's like a company giving themselves a raise legally. But usually they do it during earnings. But when they give themselves an upgrade, not Merrill Lynch, when the company itself gives themselves an upgrade, that's the most important thing the company can do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Where did you guys learn that, by the way? Where did you guys learn that? Roddy, they also upgrade themselves. Good morning, Deb. All right. All right. So the only thing we care about right now, the only thing we care about right now is, and I know it's like a broken record. I know I sound like a broken record. The only thing we care about right now is VIX spiking above this level right here. Let me just put it up a little bit right there. The low 23s, and the SPY breaking and holding below the 50-day moving average. If we break below the 50-day moving average, this, you see this right here, the vulnerability, the 55, this is going to go to 49%. This is going to decline. Nasdaq 100, this is going to start moving down. This is what I care about right now. Nice. Good. Stick to the rules. Sean, stick to the rules. Right here. Folks, I know, just trust me on this. We're going to see some volatility and volume. There's a lot of stops here. When we tried it yesterday, it bounced off really hard. Look, this is what I care about right now. I know it's really boring, and I'm telling you to take your focus, which is usually like this, and bring it down like this today. Focus on volatility, whether this is going down or coming up, and focus on the SPY breaking the 50-day moving average. Trust me, that today is going to be the most important thing. The 50-day moving average right now is at 568.93, and the quarter to date VWAP is at 576.32. And you could for free add all this to your you could put on bar chart and just put this doesn't cost anything. All right. All right. QQQ. Roger, how come you're not looking at intraday levels right now? Because they're not important right now, because the markets are random right now. If the markets were moving like this, I would. We haven't had a run day in 3 days, and I'm not expecting one today. That's right. That's right. So what about QQQ? Notice how it's between the quarter day VWAP and the 50-day? Same thing. Same thing. I want to see if this starts breaking down below this level, below the 483.78 level. Look, use the price bar from 1031 from Halloween. And if you start breaking the low, Halloween low, very, very bad. Hey, that sounds kind of cool. If we start breaking the Halloween low, okay, we're in deep doo-doo. And if volatility, which will coincide with volatility breaking above here, we don't want to see that. Okay. I wouldn't use hourly. I would just use the daily today. SMH. Let's look at SMH, which isn't really doing all that great again. Are you guys glad that I told you not to buy SMH till we're above 265? Look, look at the last 2 months. See how nothing happened? I'm telling you the same thing about the SPY right now. Just this is random bullshit right here. Yes, I said random bullshit. Randomness, randomness. And by the way, we're right at the 50-day moving average. We're right at, by just like all the other indexes. Halloween, you see Halloween price action right here. If we start breaking below the 50-day moving average like this, we're in deep doo doo. Yeah, no, Gaston, Nvidia, and a couple of others. There's a couple of others. I mentioned them a few days ago. There's like three or four of them, Gaston. It has to be above. Okay, so if you're looking at chip stocks, make sure that the chip stock is trading above the 711 price. 711 price. So if you look at Nvidia, you will see that Nvidia took out the 711 price. See that? Any stock, the stock had to have taken out this price, the or 711, this price right here. Basically, the stock had to have made a new high past the previous SMH level, which SMH couldn't do. And we talked about this, Gaston, in the VIP room. And if you'd like, we'll talk about it again today. I don't have a problem with that. It's important. Okay. So you guys are seeing how everything is you, where am I? So you could see 50-day moving average to the downside. 50-day moving average to the downside. I'm actually going to make good time today. Here. See 50-day moving average to the downside. Let's look at the Dow now. Honestly, even if you don't look at this, and if you just look at the VIX, it'll tell you everything you need to know. Now, the Dow, because of the bond market, is breaking down. The bond market, the Dow is now below the 50-day moving average, which is not good, but it's still holding this level. I want to see it break down. If you see the Dow breaking below, say, 416, not good. Oh, Marvell. Yeah, I think that may be the one. There's a couple. I think Taiwan Semiconductors. Hold on. There's a few. Yeah, this one here. See, Gaston? We're above the high, the previous high, and there's a couple. Like I said, there's just this one too. As long as it took out the high, the previous high, you're good to play it. If you guys want me to discuss it again, just remind me during VIP room and I'll gladly discuss it. How different is the VWAP from the quarter VWAP? VWAP is intraday, quarter day VWAP is a daily, and annual is. Thomas, you need to sign up for the full-time trading class. Here's a link. Let me give that to you. I happen to have it right here. It's the best $300 you will spend. Or $400 you will spend. I promise you. Yeah, TSM. Anything that look to the left. Did it take out the previous swing high? If it did, it's good to go. Gaston said it's clear as water. Yeah. I mean, this shouldn't be very complicated. So I gave you the levels. Now, what about IWM? Let's see where we're at. I'm very excited about getting past the next 48 hours. See, look at Russell 2000, 50-day and quarter-day VWAP. Everything is near the 50-day moving average. Yeah, the boot camp. We don't want to break these levels, guys. We don't want to break these levels. So all you need to do is, if you're not sure, go to your favorite index and go to December 31st price level. And if we start breaking below the December 31st price levels, that is not good. And you will also notice if we start breaking, and I'm not saying we will. So far, the Russell's looking great today. We're right at the quarter day VWAP. But if we start breaking the um, Halloween price levels, you're going to start seeing a spike on VIX. Now, you see how I put everything together for you in a clean package? You're going to see more down. You're going to see us break up from here. If you see VIX breaking down, basically, you don't have to worry about anything. If you see VIX coming up, you have to worry about what I'm saying right now. Okay? Yeah. October 31st. You don't want to see indexes, your favorite index, crazy about pets. It's a class where I show people how to trade full time. October 31st. Sorry, October 31st. Yes, the October 31st. Folks, 3 days ago. Look at here. Look, this right here. See, look at the SPY. I'll show you. I should remember it. This price right here, this day right here. See, 31st, October 31st. 2 days after my birthday, right here. If we start breaking these levels, VIX is going to start coming up. Thank you, Ben. It's definitely worth it. No, the boot camp doesn't get you access to the pit. The class I am having today at 1 o'clock. If you purchase this program, it does give you access to the full-time trading class. That comes as a bonus with the program that we're having at 1 p.m. today. And join me for my VIP room today. You would be insane to miss my VIP room today, especially going into the election. And don't forget, Customer Service Live, where you can get custom training with Mr. Angus Young. Just kidding. Cam White. See, look what Micah says. For sure, take the class. It's a must. I just gave you the link. Here's the link right here. You don't have to go anywhere. Here's the link for you, man. Right here. Here's the link. Right there. Okay, now let me give you stocks that I'm liking today and not liking today, okay? Short side first. It is pure gold and it comes free with this class, which I'm gonna gift, if you buy this program, which I'm doing at 1 o'clock today, the full-time trading class comes with it, by the way. So forget about that. Let's talk about stocks we like. ACLS, wait for it to hit the VWAP at 87.86. Now, I'm pretty sure Richard is writing that down. CVS. All right. That's 4 people who said it's fantastic. Thank you. Let me just put it here in testimonials. Put it here. 1 second. All right. All right. CVS, what a stinker. And by the way, remember that chart I showed you? How you have a downtrend and something pops up and comes back into the downtrend and comes down? The best example I could show you of that is Tesla. Remember I told you that Tesla, after earnings, it's going to huff and puff for a day or two. It's going to come out and then it's going to come back into the channel. Remember I told you that this will be a good time to short Tesla when it comes back into the channel at about 263? Well, it went to 239 yesterday. And please don't say I didn't tell you this, because I did, right here and in the Telegram channel like 100 times. Also, Trump's stocks, DJT. If you have a downtrend, a strong downtrend like this, here, could you have a strong downtrend and you see something come up and then come back into the downtrend, that's a good time to start shorting it. Just like Tesla. You don't wait, you wait for it to come back to that level. You don't chase it over here. You wait for it to come back to that level, okay? And please don't tell me I didn't say it. Does everybody here remember talking about how they had earnings, how I didn't believe, I thought he was just talking a bunch of nonsense, how the rally after earnings typically lasts 2 to 3 days. In this case, it lasted only 2 days and then erased everything. Do you guys remember that? You guys remember that? I hope so. All right. Remember that? I did, Jill. I did. And the beautiful thing is we record everything here. Yeah, you guys. Charlie, good to see you here. Michael says twice. Yeah. Saida, come to the VIP room. It's not going to cost you a minute. Now, I used to charge $5,000 for the VIP room. $5,000 a year. It doesn't cost you anything. You daily since earnings. Okay. You did tell us about Tesla and you said the same in an email to you and I said the same thing in email before you made your declaration. This is why I love Penny. Okay. Short stocks. Sorry, I don't know how I got off track. I get too excited with all of you guys here. STM, so far we have ACLS and CVS. Now we have STM. Let me just change my template. Look at that. What a stinker, right? What a stinker. GFS. Oh, it's there, Saida. And you can also watch on YouTube. Just subscribe to my channel, hit the bell and the like button on YouTube, and you'll be notified every time it's live. I think the stock had earnings. Remember what happens after earnings. You draw a channel and you wait for it to come back into the channel. Hey, Carlos. Carlos 2 weeks ago sent me a really long, detailed message about the stock. He was concerned, and I responded and I said, Carlos, as far as I'm seeing this. And Carlos, guess what? What Liberty Ranger? What Sita? Nope. I don't know what you're talking about. Derogatory? No, no gap to green here. eBay looks like a gap to green. Nice, nice. Look at that. See, Carlos, just had to be patient. And along with ASML, I have another one for you. KLAC, another chip stock that looks like it's about to wet the bed. Look at this. And also Cuervo. This is the chip maker for iPhones. Okay. All right. I got to get out of here, but KMB, just when I thought I was making good time. See, once I start talking to you guys, I can't stop. You wait for this thing to hit glow right below 133.40. This is the year to date VWAP. Once it passes the VWAP, it should have nothing holding it back. Exactly, Carlos. Look at that. What an ugly stock, right? REGN. We're almost done, folks. Don't worry. We're almost out of here. I don't post them in chat. You can watch this video. You can rewind it. You can pause it. You can make me sound real slow. You can watch it 5 times faster. You could do whatever you want to it, but it's right there for you. What type of trades these are breakdowns. These are not trades. These are stocks on my watch list. Charlie, these are stocks that I'm giving you that I'm hoping that you will utilize the full-time trading class that I gave you to time entries and exits. In other words, you would wait for the 8-day EMA, or if you're looking at intraday, you would look at the VWAP. Thank you, Jeff. Um, Veco. Think A-line, Charlie. Think A-line and think full-time trading class along with these stocks. I'm giving you stocks for your watch list. I'm not giving you trades. Look how it hit the VWAP. Look at this stock. Hit the VWAP, bang. Hit the VWAP, bang. Hit the VWAP, bang. Hit the VWAP, bang. Not VWAP, the 8-day EMA. Sorry, VWAP is up here. 8-day EMA. All right, let's now talk long side. Visa. Visa's not really bad with higher rates. Visa likes higher rates. Visa. PNR. Charlie, you got to admit things are a little clearer for you now than they were 2 weeks ago when we first started this exercise. Would you agree with that at least? I told Matt to buy this stock yesterday, the A-line. He didn't listen to me. Curses. DoorDash, first time we're putting this stock on here. I know. It's the first time we're putting this stock here. Look at that. Right at the A-line. CLS. I'll take a look at it in a second, Richard. Give me a second. Let me just finish this. And I do got to get out of here. I would wait for this stock to pull back to the A-line. Right here, to the 69.75 area. Let's take a look at AXP. Now you got me curious, Richard. No. I need to see the stock trading above 278 for me to be interested, or at least trading above 276. Too flat, congested. There's nothing going on here. It's not moving. We only want moving stocks. VIC. We want stocks that are exhibiting higher than normal volatility, stocks on the move. Like that. That's a stock that's moving. Yeah, unless you're already in it. That's, yeah. TRGP. What a beauty. What a grinder. What a beautiful grinder. And I know it's the first time we've ever talked about the stock here. I didn't give it to you right here, right here, right there, right here, and right there. We never talked about it here. Never talked about this stock here. SMG. I must have given that stock 100 times here in the last month. Look at this nice breakout. Look at this compression. Richard, look at this compression and look at this breakout. That's a stock on the move. Guild. What a grinder. And look at what happens every time it hits the 8-day EMA. Bounces off. Hey, that could be a nice entry here, like when I gave it to you in the VIP room about 2 weeks ago, right here. Yes, I'm referring to the 8-day EMA. Yes, Reynolds. That's exactly what I'm referring to. And last one, Prim. What a beauty. What a beauty. Let me look at EL. Somebody wanted me to look at EL. I'll look at EL. Nice breakdown. Nice breakdown. Nothing wrong with this stock. Beautiful breakdown. All right, guys, listen and listen good. I have a class today where if you purchase this program, it actually comes with the full-time trading class. Also, Customer Service Live, Cam and Gustavo show. Let me put up to where's Cam? There he is. Here's Customer Service Live link. And I will be in VIP room at noon giving out, I'll talk about semiconductors more in the VIP room today and give you a full update. I'll see you guys there. Have a fantastic day. Make sure to like this channel. Click the like and the bell button and hit the like button. Please, please, please hit the like button. And Boeing, yeah, I'll look at Boeing real quick here. And then I got to get out of here. I'm going to be late for work. It's above the 50-day moving average. You want Boeing when it's right here at below the VWAP at 153. Bye, guys. Have a fantastic day. Don't forget to vote and stay out of trouble, all right? And don't make any presumptions. Don't make any assumptions. You don't know what's going to happen in the next 48 hours. Bye, everyone.